In 2 days, President Obama will address our nation regarding a jobs plan. Have you ever asked yourself what you would do if you were in his shoes? Well, here's what I would do if I were making such a speech. My fellow Americans, every political speech I've ever heard begins with how bad a current crisis is. We Americans know the problem. So here's a 4-point, 4-year action plan whose specific goal is to provide 6 to 8 million jobs. Let me first say, no sugarcoating the situation. We have no more bullets left. We have no more financial Viagra to lift up our economy. Under current circumstances, market demand for increased employment is not there. We must have a plan that will have a major impact, and we must act now. So let's get started on the plan. It's named Patriotic Capitalism. Step 1, corporate taxes. All favored corporate tax deductions are eliminated. Thus, corporations may pay a greater tax. But this is the crux of the plan. And this is a big but. Corporations will have the option to pay no tax, provided that at least 75% of what they would pay in taxes goes for new hires and any balance for new plant and equipment. That's correct. Federal tax liability can be eliminated by corporations, large and small, by using tax credits for new hires and tax credits for plant and equipment. So it's possible that companies will have no federal tax liability for up to 4 years. The tax credit formula is as follows. A $1.40 credit for every dollar of salary. We know hiring costs are much more than just the salary itself. Example, a company can receive $84,000 in a tax credit for one new hire with a salary of $60,000. No company would have a single salary credit of over $250,000. In other words, no $1 million salary credits for one single new hire. Additionally, very important, new hires must be in the United States and must be a U.S. citizen. At the end of 4 years, a flat tax for corporations of 20%. With corporate income taxes running at $400 billion plus, bringing on new hires at $60,000, which produces a tax credit of $85,000, would produce over 5 million jobs. Imagine the impact over a 4-year period. Doing this, we need to change the business mindset of how to bring new people into corporate organizations in a productive way, rather than constantly thinking of how to eliminate people to maintain profit margins. This can be cost neutral to companies. The new mantra, hire, not fire. Create jobs, not cut jobs. Hire, not fire, would be a welcome new phrase. Step 2, no tax penalty on repatriated dollars abroad that come back to the U.S., estimated to be $2 trillion. Step 3, within 9 months of implementing 1 and 2, a 20% reduction year 1, followed by a 10% reduction year 2 for funds in these programs. Unemployment insurance, $110 billion and growing. Housing assistance, $65 billion and growing. Food and nutritional assistance, $103 billion and growing. Other income security, $190 billion and growing. By reducing that 20% in the first year and 10% the next year, that just rolls it back to where we were 3 years ago. This does not touch Social Security or any federal retirement benefits. With the gates of organizations opening for new hires, the need for government support systems becomes less. Plus, we as a nation need to restore our self-worth and self-reliance versus government dependency. Step 4. In the spirit of moving the U.S. beyond the current malaise, including the angered rhetoric, it is suggested that all elected officials in Congress to forego salaries for a minimum of 2 years, including the presidency. No flying first class, no chartered jets. Congress must lead by example. Our country needs professional statesmen, not professional politicians. This plan, if adopted, provides sufficient incentives for hiring and should reduce our unemployment rate, grow our economy, and perhaps most importantly, make our younger generation proud of us for these bold steps we are taking. My name is Tony Reed from the great state of Oklahoma.